Coach Drew Burwash Show here on the Lindsey Wilson Sports Network. I'm obviously joined by Coach Drew Burwash, head women's soccer coach here at Lindsey Wilson College. And Coach, just a few days away from kickoff of the 2011 season. I know you guys have been in camp for a while, though. Tell us how things are progressing.
Things are going pretty well. It's pretty exciting. Coming off our 2010 season, couldn't get 2011 started quick enough. But the great thing about our preseason so far is there's been a change in the chemistry and the approach from our girls that was a big factor for us last year. Leadership from our seniors. So couldn't be more excited to get things going.
We'll talk about some personnel here in just a moment, but there are a lot of new faces in camp.
We do. We have 7 new girls. Actually, we got our last one in last night, so she's kind of testing this morning and getting things going. But yeah, new faces. Expecting a lot out of some young girls, but they've adjusted well. As you know, dealing with the international girls that come in, it takes a little while. Fortunately, the weather's cooperated with us, and I think it's been a pretty smooth transition.
Now, new faces is great, new chemistry is great, but you still have to have some veterans, and you got several good players coming back, including the reigning Mid-South Conference Player of the Year, Anita Gregerson.
We do. We expect a lot from Greggy, and she's been a great leader for us so far this year, and you know, her production on the field speaks for itself, but you know, over the last 3 seasons, she has been extremely consistent for us. So we'll continue to depend on her. But, you know, we also have juniors that are stepping up, Patricia Nielsen, Mia Pearson, that have been good leaders as well for us, along with, you know, Alicia Fry, Haney Metzela, Jordan Morrison in goal. So it's, I think we've got a well-balanced team. Let's
talk a little bit about the freshmen. Who are the players that we could, I guess, look to this year as a name? Go, oh wow, she's doing something great on the field.
Well, we have had a couple setbacks. A couple have been injured. One, our Japanese girl Ayaki broke her arm this summer, so she's yet to be in a competitive situation. But we're looking for great things from her. Plays on the outside part of the defense, potentially into the midfield. Really very versatile player, so she can do a lot of things. Esther Dam-Simonson, new goalkeeper that we brought in, will challenge Jordan and create a nice situation, a competitive situation there for us in goal. Also, we have Katarina Simic, which unfortunately has a foot injury at the moment, but she's been adjusting pretty well and getting closer to joining training. Malin Florbach, which is a Swedish girl that could spend some time in the central part of the defense, midfield, or potentially an outside wingback for us as well. And the young lady that we just brought in last night had some embassy issues, but Michelle Madsen, which under 19, under 23 youth international in Denmark. So high expectations for all the young girls. It's exciting.
One of the things we can always expect when we look at the Lindsey Wilson College schedule is a plethora of teams that are nationally ranked, and this year is no different. National poll came out earlier this week, and you're playing 6 teams in the top 25, and it starts this Saturday with Spring Arbor. Another difficult schedule.
Well, my approach is to play the toughest competition you can. This is a 4.5-month season that Game 1, hopefully, we're not as good as we're going to be all year. If so, we're going to be in trouble. But we do play a very challenging schedule. We've started probably the last 4 or 5 years off with Spring Arbor, and it's always a battle. It's always a 1 or 2 goal game. And, you know, certainly we're trying to put our team right there to begin with to understand where we need to go. But definitely, I'm not sure I knew that there were 6, but I knew that there were several.
Lee University's #1 team in the nation preseason. You'll travel down to Cleveland this year to play them. I think you're on the road with AUM. A lot of good teams. William Carey's one of them. Martin Methodist to close out the season here. So just a lot of quality clubs out there.
Yeah, it's always a great game. You know, we can select Lee University right now, 3-time defending national champion. That's a place where we've been, but it's been a little while. So they've got that trophy. We want to head back in that direction. And the great thing about our girls this year is they understand what it takes to get back to the top. And some of them shared it early on in their careers. The last season we kind of dipped down a little bit, but it's been they've been refocused, and their efforts have been much more effective for our group. So it's exciting.
You talked about Spring Arbor just a little bit. I want to touch base because they are your opening opponent on Saturday, 7 o'clock at Walter S. Ruling Stadium. Very quality club, year in and year out.
Yeah, very, very well coached, very disciplined group. Make it tough. We want to hold the ball and we want to play quickly. And basically they try to, numbers behind the ball. They're going to have 11 players behind the ball applying pressure whenever they can. So whoever enforces what they want to do the best will come out on the top end on Saturday night. But he's added some D1 transfers, so it's certainly going to be a tough test for us.
Let's talk about, I guess, the big picture. Obviously, every year, Lindsey Wilson soccer starts out with the main goal, winning it all. But talk a little bit about some team goals this year in 2011.
Well, team goals is to reestablish our program as one of the top teams in the country. I think we dropped off, and we start off at number 6 this year in the polls, which
isn't bad.
it's not bad, but and it certainly doesn't mean a great deal right now. A month or two into the season, we'll find out where we really are. So, but reestablish ourselves as a dominant program is on the top of the list for me. Put pressure on our seniors to provide more leadership for the younger girls, and so far they've done a great job in that area. And I think if we do those two things, that it will be a much more enjoyable year than we had last year. And the girls will have a lot of fun, and when they're having fun, typically I really feel good about our program.
Coach, good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
That's Coach Drew Burwash here on the Coach Drew Burwash Show. Remember, Lindsey Wilson women's soccer kicks off the season on Saturday, 7 o'clock at Walter S. Ruling Stadium, where they'll take on Spring Arbor again Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Log on afterwards at lindseyathletics.com to read the recap and see some videos from the game. And all season long, follow us on Twitter at LWC Athletics. And for Drew Burwash, I'm Chris Wells, and this has been the Drew Burwash Show on the Lindsey Wilson Sports Network.